Hi everybody. Today we are going to do a simulation called the lynx. This is the lynx eats the hare. Here's a hare, a bunny. And the purpose of this is for us to realize and learn about the very, very intricate relationship between a predator, in this case the lynx, and its prey, in this case its primary prey, which is the hare. So in order to start the simulation, we have to have some people in your group taking on different jobs. Person number one is going to be the lynx. That's you. And person number two is going to be in charge of equally dispersing the prey. In this case, that would be the rabbits or the hare. So we're going to begin by taking generation one. And so in generation one, everyone's going to start with 3 rabbits. Now person number 2, remember, you're going to try and equally disperse this, which means that they're not too close, they're as far apart as can be. Okay? So we're going to start with 1 lynx and 3 hares. And the person who is the lynx, your job is to toss your body, your lynx card here, into the hare to try and get as many as you can. And if you touch the hare, that means that you get to eat them. Okay, so I'm going to go, obviously, there's just no way we can take this card and toss it so that it's going to touch all 3. So I'll just shoot for 1 right now. Okay, so in that case, we started off with 3 hare. 1 hare is eaten now. Okay, so you get to take that. We'll just put it back into the pile here. There's 2 that are left. So, but the rules go like this. If you don't capture at least 3 hare, that means you are going to starve. You have to have at least 3 hare in order to not starve. So, what we're going to do is you're going to have a person number 3 at your group is the person who's going to be filling out this table. And so I've already filled out the top line. First generation, we started with 1 lynx. We started with 3 hares. 1 hare was eaten, 2 remain. That means you starved because you didn't get at least 3. That means 0 lynx survived, and if you don't get at least 3 hare, you don't have enough nutrition to produce an offspring. So you produced no offspring. Okay? So now we go into generation 2. Now you survived. Well, lynx are very opportunistic animals. That means if there is a lynx that dies, another lynx will soon come to take over that other lynx's territory. So in comes lynx number 2, okay, for the 2nd generation. But in the meantime, what happened was these 2 rabbits reproduced and they doubled. So person number 2 goes over here and adds 2 more to double them. Now remember, you're still going to try and get them equally dispersed. So person number 2, you don't listen to anybody else about where you're going to place these. All right? So now, lynx, this is the one who came into the lynx who died's territory, right? And so again, it's pretty clear there's no way you're going to be able to get 3 hare. So just try and get 1. There you go. So we'll fill out our chart again. This time we started with 1 lynx. This is the new one that came into the territory. We started off with 4 hare. There was 1 eaten. That means there's 3 that are left. He did starve because he didn't get 3. So 1 starved. How many lynx survived? 0. He's going to die again. And of course he doesn't get to reproduce. Okay? So we take this one out because it got eaten. But we have 3 lynx left. 3 hares left. And they get to double because rabbits like to reproduce, and they reproduce pretty quickly. So person number 2, you're going to put these, try and equally space these so that, and I forgot to tell you at the very beginning, you're going to start off with a 12-inch by a 12-inch area, and that's where the bunnies need to go into. So once again, I'm going to try and see if I can't touch 2, but, didn't make it. I didn't touch any. So there's the problem with too hard of a toss. Did you see this guy move? Yeah. So, but that's it. That's in your generation. So the number of lynx is going to be all the same over again. One link. We started off with 6 hares this time. 0 were eaten. There are 6 that remain. He did starve. Oops, there's my pants. All right, he did starve. He did not survive, and he also was unable to reproduce any lynx, right? Because he starved, he died. Okay, so that was the 3rd generation. 4th generation, we have 6. They double. We go up to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Remember, person number 2, you're going to try and get these spaced apart as equally as possible, or dispersed with as much room. Rabbits still like their own territory, so they don't like to overlap territory. Okay, and so person number 1, who's the lynx, you got to try and throw your card now, and hopefully you'll get, oh, that time I touched 1, 2. So, we have 1 lynx came into the area, a new lynx. There were 12 that we started with. 2 of them were eaten this time. That means we have 10 left. I'm still going to starve, right, because you have to have 3 in order to not starve. That means he doesn't survive, he doesn't get to reproduce. So we're going to go on now to the 5th generation. But these 2 come out because he ate those. So we have 10. They double for the next generation. Every time you have a new generation, you double. So we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, person number 2, try and put as much space between them as you can for person number 1, who is the lynx. All right, that looks pretty good. That's probably pretty good. So, I'm starting off with 1 lynx and 10 hare, and I'm going to go right there. So, I was able to eat 3. Yay, 3. That means I get to reproduce. So, these 3 go to the side. Okay? So, we started off with 20 this time. 20 hares. There was only 1 lynx. I ate 3 of them. That means there's 17 left. I don't starve. 0 starve. How many lynx survive? 1 lynx survived. And I also got to reproduce because you have to eat at least 3 to reproduce. So there's my other one. So now we're going to start the 6th generation. The number of lynx we start off with is 2. Me and my baby. So I start off with 2 lynx. And the number of hares, we have 17 left, but we get to double them. So we go up to 34. Getting the idea here? Okay. So I'm going to get another 17. 1, 2, 3. And person number 2 should probably have these done already. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, and 34. Okay, person number 2, make sure that none of these are touching, all right? They're starting to get crammed, right? You know how bunnies are, they like to reproduce. Okay, so I start with 34, but there's 2 lynx this time. Okay, so now I'm going to go like this, and I am touching this one and this one. Oops, I wasn't touching that one. And this one and this one. So that's 4, okay? So, all right, but there's 2 lynx. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to call 2 lynx. We're going to call 1A and 1B, okay? So he started with 34. He ate 4. That means he's down to 30. He doesn't starve, okay? So number of lynx to starve. He does not starve. He does get to survive, and he's got 4 hare that he ate, but 3, you have to have 3 for offspring, so he can produce 1 more offspring. Now, the second lynx from the generation before, he gets 30. Okay, that's what he starts with, because that's what we have left here. And don't touch anything, right? This is the way it was. And so I'm going to throw the card again. And it looks like I got lynx number 2 got to eat another 4. Okay? So lynx number 2, number of hares eaten, he ate another 4. How many remain? There's 26 left now. He does not starve. He does get to survive. And he also gets to produce a baby. Okay? So we go into the 7th generation. We have 26 hares left. We're going to double that. So we're going to go up to 52. Kind of see what's happening here? So, let's see here. So we're going to start with 52 hares. But look, we have this time 1, 2, 3, 4 lynx in the population. So we have 4 lynx in the population. And I'm just going to call it 4A, 4B, 4C, and 4D. If that confuses you, you can call them anything you want. But you just got to keep track of how many lynx survived the generation before, because they will go into the next generation. Okay? So there we go. So I'm going to fast forward this a little bit because you're kind of getting the idea here. Let's pretend we had data like this. And we get to a point where we're in the 8th generation and we have 11 lynx that have survived from the 7th generation. So I just called them A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K. Okay, and I put all the numbers down here of how many survived. You'll notice when you get down here to the 8th lynx in the 8th generation, there was only 2 hares that remained. He ate one of them. That means there was 1 left. He did have to starve, which means he didn't survive and he didn't produce any offspring. So now the 10th lynx comes around, or the 9th lynx comes around. He's only got 1 hare. He eats it. That means there's 0 left, but he still starves and he doesn't survive and he doesn't produce any babies. That means the 10th and the 11th lynx will have, they're just going to instantly starve because there's 0 left from this guy after he ate them. So he's 0 all the way across and he does end up starving. So going into the 9th generation, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lynx. And then here's the 9th generation where we have 8 of our lynxes. So every single time that we go into another generation, look what we did here. We started with 3 hares. That's because if this goes down to 0, just like the lynx, the hares will also, 3 new hares will come in from a different area. So these guys, unfortunately, from the 8th generation down here are out of luck because you can't get 3 more hares that come in from another territory until the next generation starts. And so here we would start with 3, and so 1 gets eaten, 2 remain, etc., etc., and you know the routine. Basically, at this point, the simulation would start over again. What I would like you to do is I would like you to carry this through 20 generations. Okay? So hopefully you get the idea here. If not, I mean, you'll catch on real quick. And then after we get all of your data collected, as usual, we're going to graph this really, really cool data because the graph will be starkingly apparent as to what that intricate relationship is between a predator and prey. Have fun!